What's up, universe? Happy Easter to y'all. Hope you had a wonderful day. Figured I'd grab a unicorn out of the collection today, and one with some Easter colors in it as well. This is by Profuma. This is the Mr. Chubbs. A real unique bill on the front. Big old two-piece resin bait. Let's see how she swims. So this first retrieve is going to be my standard straight retrieve, and this bait in particular is a really low float, or I guess you call it a heavy float. And so this one dives quite a bit more. I have seen some of them that'll actually wake on the surface, but this is more of a crank, but you get that real wide accentuated action. Now there is a couple ways that we can keep it up on the surface, and I'm going to show you those in a little bit. The first way is just to absolutely crawl this thing, and y'all may have seen, a lot of them trout stocks, and the fish are all jacked up, getting dumped out of the truck, and they can just barely swim on the surface. That's kind of what this represents to me, at least. And again, that heavy float, just barely staying on the surface there. Alright, now we're going to walk it a couple times. And I'm going to try to keep it on the surface. It's interesting, when I start to walk it, it wants to dive, but after about 3 or 4 walks, it will actually come back to the surface. There's 2 ways to do this. I actually found it was easier to do this with the reel, so this is reel chops. And that big old tail throws a lot of water. And I can slow it down too, make it a little more subtle. And that's almost more like a subsurface walk there. But notice a lot of that body roll, and with that color scheme, it's got a lot of flash to it. It's really throwing quite a bit. Okay, I'm going to do this next walk with the rod. It'll be a pretty similar look, but you're going to notice the bait wants to dive a little bit more. And with the rod, the bait actually stays a little tighter and stays a little more upright. Let that come back up to the surface so you can see that how slow it floats there. I'll give it to you once again. Alright, our last retrieve is going to kind of be a combo of that. I'm going to just straight crank it, but then I'm going to stop it and twitch it, and I'll go ahead and straight crank it again. So crank, twitch, and then crank again. Or I can do it again with the rod. Or, I'm sorry, with the reel. So, once again, from Profuma, Mr. Chubbs.